My name is Jessica Knight. I'm a life coach. I work specifically with emotional and narcissistic abuse. I had a thought today. These are one of those uninformed thoughts that sort of just come in, and I'm like, never thought about it this way, but it makes so much sense in the way that I think about my own healing. And when we are trauma bonded, it's usually that our heart is actually speaking the truth to us. That was abusive. You don't want that again. You know where this is going to end up. Thank God you can breathe now. You needed to get out of that, right? Like our heart is like, it knows what we want, what we actually needed. And it's our head a lot of the time that's like, what were they doing? Why did they do that? Do they not value me? How could somebody just discard me like that? Why? How is this normal? And then you Google it and you're like, it is fucking normal. All the signs are right on the screen. How did this happen to me? What did I do? How did I get myself into this mess? It must be my fault. What do I keep doing? Why do I keep ending up with these people? Did they not love me? Did they lie? Is everything they said a fucking lie? And they're with somebody already? Our heads can go on a cycle. And it's usually the head that needs to kind of align back to the heart, where the head is like, I'm not going to ruminate anymore. I'm going to see this for what it was. I'm going to trust that feeling of safety that I know I've been feeling since I've been out of this. I'm going to breathe. All of those thoughts, while there might be truth to them, they're not helping me feel like me right now. They're helping me feel like not me. And so a lot of times I think our heart actually knows what we need in those moments. And when we're trauma bonded, it's our head that's on a rampage, which almost points back to like why it's so important to work on the way that you're perceiving it, what your brain is telling you, how your brain is speaking to you, what you're allowing it to say. And sometimes like media will say things like, well, you just get over it, just move on. You just have to see you're trauma bonded. For me, it's so much deeper than that. Yeah, all of like, you know what? We can understand it's trauma bonded, right? That doesn't stop anything that's going on in here because there's so much doesn't make sense, but at the same time, it makes sense in a way that shouldn't make sense. And so if you're watching this and you're like, oh, that's actually resonating with me, what do I do? I'd really just try and get a handle on your thoughts. I do this all the time. I purge out everything in my head and then I respond back to it. Every single thought, no matter how scary and how badly I would never want somebody to read that actual thought, I purge it out and then I start writing back and I start writing back and I start writing back. And what that does is it creates a whole other narrative that now when that brain is going like this, it actually has a response. So it's like, why did they do this? Because everything was about them anyway. So of course this had to be about them too, and in their way and in their control. Did they not even love me? Well, this is what love feels like, then no. Then yeah, maybe they did, but like I will choose to believe that love doesn't feel like fucking torture. The thought is like, how could they treat me this way? The talk back to that is like, well, they actually have been treating me this way the whole time. So why would I expect anything different at the end? And it might not always make you feel good in that moment. What I always tell people is like, once we start to work on that side of the narrative, like that side of the real, is when we start to really see this other side for us. And that's when things can start to shift. I hope this is helpful. I hope it resonates. I'm here if you need anything.